If only you knew. Imagine if you could see the end. Would you take that next step? Would you take that holiday? Would you invest in that coach? Would you go out on that date? This is the stuff that we have to trust ourselves in, knowing that the things that we are moving towards are meant for us, and go in with each decision as knowing and believing 100% it is what you are meant to do. So I want to talk about today your identity and how to shift that with trusting every step that you make to have the life you desire, the partnership, the relationship, the money, the abundance, the travel, whatever it is that you desire. So thank you. I'm Yvonne Purvis, and I'm a transformational coach helping you shift your identity to become what you desire. We have to become it. We have to know 100% and be it. And today we're going to talk about if only you knew. If only you knew that blah, blah, blah. Think about those questions for you. What would you do differently if you knew that everything was working out for you? It is a really amazing question to ask yourself in the self-study of life. I was questioning myself in some of the things I have done this morning. And on my walk with my dog, Sasha, she's almost 13, and she's certainly slowing down. And I have to walk slower, which allowed me, I was listening to an audiobook, and then I started thinking about my life and what am I creating and what have I created so far? Like, what happened in 2024? If only I knew. Okay. I think about the start of 2024 and where I am today. I didn't know. I didn't know I was going to sell my house. I didn't know I was going to move into my dream home. I didn't know that I'd have all these amazing new friendships in my life. I didn't know I'd be running so well as I am right now. I didn't know that I would shift my business and my business niche, or whatever you want to call it. I didn't know. But every day I made one step forward in the direction that I was going. I was always moving forward, even with fear, even when it was like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I should do this. Should I invest in this mentor, this coach? Because I continuously invest. I invest in coaches and mentors because that is what helps me propel and move into the space of a little bit of fear. But I know that I am moving forward into my greatest purpose in life by doing that. The shift in my identity, right? In this space. Like, if you go through some of my YouTube videos and you see, I think there's still some on there when I was doing weight loss. I was trying to delete them. But I think there may still be on there. Like, you can feel the energy has shifted. So identity shifts from a feeling, how we move, how we act, how we react, don't react, what we say, how we listen. And I know I've had a few friends of mine reaching out saying they see the femininity more in me coming out. And if you could have asked me this like 2 years ago, I was heavily still in my masculine. And I made a conscious decision to be more feminine. This isn't saying that I'm not a female and that feminine as a female woman. This is about allowing my femininity, which is spirit, which is working with the universe and trusting the process, and having now working through God. I'm in a relationship with God. God works through me. I work here to help all of you. And I would have never used that word. No, I wouldn't have. It's a different kind of God for me. It's knowing that the universe is there to support us. And I'll be honest with you, I was feeling this heaviness in me this morning. Like when I got home and I was doing a social media post, and then this heaviness came up when I was journaling, and I had to shut it down because there was some fear, some subconscious in a belief in what I was writing. And it was like, oh, I stopped. I had to listen and say, what is that? Where is that coming from? And then I pulled some cards, and it was three of them came out at the same time. And I almost put them back in the deck because I thought, "Oh, they can't all be together, all for me." And they came out literally like they flew out, like boom, right? Like they were together, stacked together. Then I opened them up and I thought, because I almost put them back in the deck, and I thought, wait, this is God speaking through me. This is the universe. These cards are amazing. They always pull the right cards. And every single one of them was warrior woman, star mother, trust your path. Like, was that like I was here this morning questioning some of these things in my life, writing them down. What does that believe? Why do I still believe that? What, who, moving forward in my life? What about this? I invested in this. And I was questioning, and questioning is okay. It's opening yourself up to have more awareness to what you desire in life. You can't ignore it, right? What we believe will always outweigh what anything you want. If you think you believe that you are confident, but yet your inner being, your subconscious mind does not believe that, you will never be confident. So we must understand that we have to always be asking and questioning our own beliefs and making sure that they are 100% the belief you want. Otherwise, you're going to start tuning in to what you don't believe, and that will manifest. So if you only knew, what would you change? Would you step into that confident woman? Would you really make this change and want more for your life and realize that you are limitless and fearless? Because I joined a mentor, and I remember when I was thinking about doing it, it was like, oh, not sure. It was it was an investment in myself, and the most I've ever invested in myself, because I knew who I was becoming, what I wanted. I was limitless. And to be limitless was mean, wow, I'm really outside my comfort zone. And I still did it because I went inward and I trusted, and I went in limitless and fearless into stepping into that. Now that means that there are still some days that my mind and my subconscious says, ooh, what are you doing? And I go, no, I've decided no longer will I listen to that fear. I am not listening to that back brain who wants to determine what and who I am. I will not listen anymore. And you have to know how to deal with the doubt and the fear when it arises. You have to have the tools to know and to take it out, even if it's more money you're looking for, if it's the relationship, the guy you're dating, or whatever it is, or it doesn't matter. You have to know with 100% belief that it is on its way, that it is done. And you must hold that vision and hold that belief that it is on its way. The only reason sometimes it doesn't show up is because you haven't matched it yet. Okay? Or you still subconsciously have the fear, and it is overpowering what you actually would love. Because remember, the belief is everything. And I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. And we can change a belief in an instant if you choose it to be. So what if only you knew that all you had to do was keep believing in yourself. Know that the identity is shifting in you, right? You want this, you want that. What is it? Doesn't matter. You want the money, you want the relationship, you want the house. Then feel it, believe it, trust it. The identity shift to become, like, I have to remind myself, who am I? Was I acting, was my day in the Yvonne M. Purvis? Did I fulfill that day? Did I react? I had yesterday, there was a few things that came up and it was like, ooh, I didn't really I kind of had a little human being come out there. And it was like, huh, right? We're always checking in with ourselves. And I want it to come on today because of the fear that's come up, like for the trust. So I was second guessing and I was like, oh, is that sure? Why am I believing this? What is this? And then I go and come on, just before I come on, pull these cards. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I want you to know to trust and believe and have faith because it is all unfolding for you. You have to have the faith. There is something higher, right? The belief in spirit, universe, source energy, God, what is driving you to become who you are. Like back in the day, like in my 20s and 30s and even 40s, I didn't talk about the universe, they're manifesting. I was just in it. I was being it. I was moving through all those transactions, everything that I did, like in my event management planning, event managed company. I was thinking about what did I generate over the years I had that business. I had that business for over 10 years and I must have generated over $3 million easily, probably 4 million in that business. And then when I got married, right, I was still okay. I still had my business. And when that business came to a fold due to the GFC and living in Australia, and my business was in Canada, it raveled me. It raveled me more than I could have even thought it would, because my identity was based on having my business, earning the money that I was earning, and it came to crumble. It crumbled. And I didn't get into anything else. I wanted to, but I needed the support of my ex-husband, which he didn't. He wanted to keep me in a bubble. Okay. And over that time, I started having many, many limiting beliefs again in myself, in fear. So when I went through that separation, the fear showed up big time, and I had to go through it and question it. And every ounce of those years have driven me where I am today. I don't regret any of that. All of those lessons were part of my journey. If I only knew that, in these last 3 years, I would be here, I would have had more fun. It was before I really kind of tapped back into this stuff. So I want you to really enjoy the moments that you are having. You are plenty, you are enough, you are worthy of it all. Have the gratitude and trust the process. And I want you to believe in yourself. Create. We don't create, but I want you to really own who you are and what you would desire in your life. Because it's all there for you, if only you knew. I hope this video has really helped you in the transition of becoming the becoming. Because you're her, you're him, if you think about it. So thank you. It's been so good, isn't it? It's like so heartwarming when you start to ask those questions of yourself. So ask yourself, are you showing up as the person that you want to be? Let me know in the comments.